Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I was Jack and later still like Jackson because we're still doing socially distant stuff because we don't want to get sick. That's the thing. This is another one of those pasta dishes. I absolutely love them. I'm just kind of prove that you don't have to have a jarred or homemade thing of pasta sauce to do this. It's something you can do at the house. If you're out of sauce, you use too much for the other stuff. It's amazing, and it's because it's the Gulf Coast. This is kind of the go-to stuff with the seafood. It's outstanding. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff. Ring the little bell in the corner so you get notifications when we do this on Tuesdays and Fridays. Also, look down on the thing for our doobly-doo for our link down to our aprons. All our merch is down there, right? Whatever. Let's just get to the food. All right, so yeah, it looks like a lot of stuff, but it's really not. It's a little bit of stuff. You're gonna need some fresh basil, as fresh as you can get it. Get you some kind of pasta. I use fettuccine. It doesn't have to be fettuccine. Use whatever you want. The basil stuff, I don't know why I went back to that. You're going to need a little bit of butter, and then you're going to want a thing of clams. I did both of them because I opened them because I don't want to waste them, but you can get whole ones, you can get sliced them. It's just on you and how far you got to get it to spread, okay? You want to get a handful of these little bitty tomatoes. I'm not going to use the whole thing. We're just going to cut them up. Then spices, optional, but Italian seasoning works great. Onion powder, garlic powder. Tighten this, then throw it, yay. And then salt and pepper. Again, all the taste. If you don't like that kind of stuff, leave it out. So, first things first, get you about half a pot of water, turn it up, let it start boiling. That's going to be your pasta. That's going to take the longest part of this, okay? Now, get your basil, run it through the water, and then get your sharp knife and give it a rough chop. Just run the knife through it twice, right? Boop, boop, boop. That way it's not just giant leaves, but it's not teeny tiny little minced up pieces, so you're good. So just set that to the side. Now, the tomatoes, again, wash them, and then cut them. Now, I always cut mine in halves. You can quarter these. Depends, again, if who you're feeding this to. If you got like smaller mouths, if you got kids that are going to eat this, cut them up smaller. That way you don't have to worry about them choking, any of that kind of stuff. But set those aside. Now for the hard part. You got to open your clams with a can opener. I have to use it with this. Be careful, because once it gets to the end, it'll pop, and you'll get clam juice everywhere. Get clam juice in your eye, it's going to burn, and it absolutely sucks. See, right there. Boop. Right. So now these are the whole clams. Just take these, let that the water that they come in out, and then bring those back. So now it's got a nice rolling boil in your water. So go ahead and just I think this was like a third of a pack of the fettuccine that I had left. All right, so that works perfect. Just go ahead and put that in there. Don't cook the packaging. I don't know why I'm dropping so much crap today. So make sure all your pasta gets in there, all your escapees. Now be careful, once it's poking out of the top, if you got a gas one, it'll burn the edges. So just kind of push it down in there as it starts to soften. Now get you a skillet, put it at about medium low. You don't have to put this one very high. All right, and you want to get it, look at the side of your paper here, and I'll show you exactly how much you're grabbing. Going to get you a tablespoon of butter, put it in there, and let that melt. It won't take that long. So it doesn't even have to be completely melted before we start. Go ahead and get your clams, throw those in there. Make sure you get all of them out of the thing. Boom, double those clams, and then put in your basil and tomatoes. And put those in there, give them a nice toss, nice stir. Now, again, the spices that I'm using here, again, it's all the flavor. So I used about a teaspoon of each one of these. And then like less than that for the salt and pepper, because I don't like putting a lot of that in there. It takes away the taste of everything else. So go ahead and just... Woo! Again, dropping stuff. This is really sorry. I don't know why I'm doing it. The Italian seasoning stuff, just a sprinkle of that. Again, it's all up to flavor. Like the more you put it in there, the more it's going to taste like that instead of anything else. Give it a nice toss. Make sure that's in there. Keep it on the fire while this is still cooking down. So I had it on there, I guess, about 10 minutes while I'm letting that pasta boil down. Go and get that done, and then strain your noodles. Don't rinse your noodles. Right, and then just put them right in the skillet with everything else. Get you a half a teaspoon, a little bit of it, and then put it in there, okay? Because the rest of it you use to cook the clams. Most of the clams are already cooked. They have to have some kind of texture other than just like goop. But be sure you got those nice and cooked in there, 10 to 15 minutes on medium, low, and they'll be nice and cooked. Now put this in here. Get it tossed. Make sure you get that seasoning that you put and cooked on everything else. You're going to put it in the noodles. That's how this noodles gets the flavors. And then you're done. Now, if you want to put other sauces and stuff on, now's the time to do it. But you put it in there 2-3 minutes. Boom. Give it a nice toss. Warm up. Everything gets cooked in the skillet. Turn the heat off. Pull it aside. And that's it. Like, that's what it looks like. This is absolutely amazing. The flavor of this is great. But you want to keep stirring it because you don't want it to stick on the bottom. You don't want your noodles to harden out, dry out kind of stuff. So just keep tossing it. The butter usually keeps it pretty fluid. So This is all it takes, man. This is absolutely amazing. This fed me at least 3 times, so it'll feed, like a family of 4 one time if you got something else on the side, especially like bread, or 2 people if you just want to eat this pasta. This is completely filling. This is great for like meal prep. If you get it sealed up, you can reheat it later, so that works out perfectly. This is amazing. Like I said, you don't have to have the big jars of sauce and all that kind of stuff to have pasta. Very much American misnomer. Like, you can just kind of put whatever. This one, the butter kind of is the sauce, right? Super cheap, super filling, well under our budget. Give this thing a try, would you? See how easy that is? There we have it. It's amazing. Super simple, fresh, nice. It's fancy. You can do it quick for like a dinner thing. If like last minute, like, hey man, I want to come over and eat. Fucking don't have much. Boom, done. It looks fancy. It tastes great. It's filling. It's amazing. Try this out. Let us know. If you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let us know. Put it down in the comments, man. That's what they're there for. Or you can also find us on social media. You can find us at Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. You can find us at all those at Live in Between Paychecks Kitchen. Or you can find us on Instagram. I Live Between, shorter over there. And you can find me on TikTok. I'm sharing some stuff over there from this page on TikTok. And it's just under my Osway Nerdy. You can look me up over there. And I'll see you guys around, man. Y'all be safe.